State Open of Virginia, live from Independence Golf Club. Presented by CapTech.
Under considerably brighter skies than we had here yesterday, we welcome everyone from across the Commonwealth to Greenside at the 18th hole and the 2022 State Open of Virginia. Lane Casanante along three-time State Open champ Robert Wren, Sean Robertson, and Chip Tarkenton will join us from the course this afternoon as well. And Robert, as a three-time champion of this event, what is it like to wake up on Sunday morning of the event with the lead in the state's premier championship?
Well, I tell you what, Lane, it's great to have that lead, but you've got to stick in the moment. It's a long, hot day out here, and you've got some people nipping at your heels. So if you can stay in your process, stick with your plan, you're going to be just fine coming down that back stretch.
Some of the golfers played well into the evening last night, almost until complete darkness here. Play was finally suspended about 9 p.m. last night after a 3.5-hour weather delay, and Nick Tallifer had the second round lead. As we take a look at the leaderboard right now, he had a one-shot lead coming into today, and he has expanded that now to 4 shots. He is at 13 under par, 4 better than defending champion Evan Beck, who has played himself quite around this afternoon so far.
Well, Evan knew that he had to get off to a hot start today, and he did so. I mean, he played very, very well on the front nine. He said, you know, the last couple of days, his game just had not quite gelled. He was missing a couple of shots here and there. And honestly, he said, I shouldn't have finished last night in the dark. I made a bogey on the last hole, and it was a good bogey. Almost hit it out of bounds here at the 18th hole.
And former champion Mark Lawrence remains in the hunt as well right now at 7 under par. Want to get you caught up on what has happened prior to us coming on the air. Some highlights of our first 2 leaders. We're going to start with Nick Tallifer, and this is his tee shot on the 5th hole this afternoon, and here is his approach into the short par 4.
Well, Nick started out with an early bogey on the 2nd hole today, but righted the ship just like he did yesterday after the weather delay. He came out yesterday after that delay and shot 5 under on his final 12 holes.
Here he is on the par 5/8 with an eagle attempt, which slides by on the left-hand side, but he would make this coming back from about 8 or 9 feet for another birdie on the front 9. And then this will be his tee shot on the par 3 9th hole to finish his front side.
Long par 3 hole location today, tucked just over that front right bunker.
Miss this birdie, but make his par, and he would close with a first round 34. To extend his lead a little bit. Now, we mentioned defending champion Evan Beck, who did not end his first 2 rounds the way he would have liked. He rallied a little bit on Friday to get back to even par, and then last night he got hot towards the end of his round. Here he is on the par 5 8th hole. His chip up there, he would miss the birdie here, but he would tap in for par. At one point, Beck had made 5 straight birdies on the front 9.
That hot start that he was looking for materialized. He's just got to keep the accelerator down now and not think about how many under par that he is for the round, but the fact that the leader is still far ahead. He's still got to go out and make a lot of birdies on this back 9.
And Beck's birdie attempt at the par 3 9th would come up just short, but he would make his par there. Beck finished his front 9 with a 31. 5 under, and he was going to have to go low today to have a chance. He began the round 8 shots out of the lead. He is currently only 4 shots out of the lead. And then we're going to join him on the 10th hole, where he made a birdie on 10, and he is now currently at 9 under, 4 shots back. When we catch up with the leaders, it is going to be on the par 4 12th hole, and here is a CapTech flyover.
The par 4 12, 375 yards. He'll play from that tee in the bottom left of your screen. Try to carry the marsh, very tight fairway over to the right. Most of the golfers will try to carry it over the marsh some 230 yards, but they've got to be very careful with today's hole location being in the back portion of the green. You want to make sure to come in from the center or right center of the fairway, give you the best angle of approach. That front bunker very deep, so most of the hole locations on this back nine, if you can keep it 20 feet or so away from the hole location toward the safe side of the green, you're going to have a lot of looks at birdie.
Robert is part of the rich history of this event, as are some of the biggest names in the game to come from the Commonwealth. One of them gives us an oral history of the State Open.
Hi, I'm Bobby Watkins, and welcome to Independence, the home of this year's Virginia State Open. We're looking like we're going to have a great tournament. The golf course is in absolutely fantastic shape. I was lucky enough to play it last week, and I couldn't find a bad piece of grass on it. Our State Open is rich in history. We have some of the names that go back in the past to Chandler Harper, Bobby Crookshank. You have Curtis and Tom Strange. For you young guys, Tom Strange was Curtis's dad. We got the Sneeds, JC and Sam, and you even have Lanny and I. We have 4 of us in the Virginia Hall of Fame, and we have 3 of them, Lanny and Sam and Curtis, in the World Golf Hall of Fame. So if you have aspirations of taking golf to another level in the state of Virginia, you probably need to play in our State Open and maybe play good. And ending on a great note, I was lucky enough in 1981, 82, and 83 to win this tournament. And in 81, I was lucky enough to meet my wife. And in 2 months, we'll be married 39 years. So it turned out to be a great State Open for me. Not only did I win some money, I got a beautiful wife. We're very proud to be a part of the Virginia State Open. Thank you.
And we thank Bobby for his thoughts on this championship of the Commonwealth. We go to 18 and we bring in our Sean Robertson.
Thank you, Lane. This is Nick Rakes, who drops it in for a birdie opportunity on 18. Gets it to go. He's in group number 15 this afternoon, along with David Yang and also Jacob Mass, who is attempting his par putt. Just came off the rough a little bit off the left side of the bunker, was able to chip it onto the green and get it to about 8 to 10 feet for a chance at par.
And Jacob, of course, the son of Dick Mass, the 71-year-old who is still swinging it out here, the oldest player in this year's State Open. He and Jacob are the teaching pros and run Poplar Grove Golf Course in Amherst, Virginia, which is just outside of Lynchburg down in the southwest. And they are also, Sean, they are playing with David Yang, as you mentioned, who is having one of the best rounds of the day. He's currently 5 under for the day and 4 under for the championship.
Mass right here will make bogey here on 18. Yang came right off the lip of the bunker, the short left bunker here on 18. Very difficult angle. It was able to chip it into about maybe a foot or two for a chance to save par here on 18.
Yang finishes up, and he will likely get himself a top 10 finish here this week. We will be back with much more of the final round of the 2022 State Open of Virginia from Independence right after this.
The State Open of Virginia, sponsored by Bojangles. It's bow time.
At Kroger, we believe it takes the right team to bring you fresh produce. That's why we partner with farmers who grow only the best, because working together is truly what it takes to be fresh for everyone. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Local attractions in the Petersburg region will give you, your family, and friends an authentic experience to remember. Find an escape in the canopy of the forest. Feel the power of 11,000 horsepower and step back in time to farm life, classic cars, trucks, and more. Explore some of the best historic locations and attractions the region has to offer, along with award-winning, one-of-a-kind military museums. Visit and share what you love in the best part of Virginia.
What's so great about being a Kroger Boost member? Free delivery on the Kroger products you love. And more rewards like double fuel points. Boost by Kroger Plus, a new level of membership starting as low as $59 a year. Learn more at Kroger.com.
Meal for two? We've got you. At Burger King with the 2 for $10 meal deal, you get 2 sandwiches plus 2 fries and 2 drinks for just $10. One meal for you, another one for, well, you decide. The 2 for $10 meal deal, only at Burger King.
The State Open of Virginia is brought to you by Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
The top golfers in Virginia are bringing their best game to the State Open of Virginia. Coverage of the State Open of Virginia is brought to you by Franco's Fine Clothing for Men, Lakeside Avenue and Short Pump Town Center.
You're going to want to hear this. It's your turn to sell us your car. Small cars, big cars, green cars, blue cars, classics, clunkers, even if it has a few dents in the bumper. Haley Automotive will buy it from you and will pay top dollar for it. Go to HaleyAuto.com for more information or just bring your car in to any of our 10 locations and get an instant offer. Oh, and if you just so happen to be in the market for a new car, we do trades too.
Haley has it.
Yes, we do.
This pepperoni was carefully placed by hand by a pizza maker at Papa John's. Just like this one, and that one over there. Ooh, and even these in the crust. Get yourself the new epic pepperoni stuffed crust pizza, only at Papa John's.
Anthem Lemonade, presented by Richmond Ford. Let's stir up a cure for cancer. Welcome back to the State Open of Virginia, presented by CapTech.
And back live at Independence, the final round of the State Open. Mark Lawrence on the 12th hole has found himself a bit of an issue, and we bring in our Chip Tarkenton, who is out on the course with our final group this afternoon.
Yeah, Lane, Mark hit his tee shot, and it landed in an area that was circled as penalty area, so that he gets a drop out of that. It's a ground under repair. He got a drop and got a good drop, and that should help him. He mashed his tee shot here. I mean, he hit it a long way. One of the longest tee shots we've seen all day long. So he's in pretty good shape. Just have to come out of that rough just a little bit, coming up to a really tight pin today on the far left side of the green.
Lawrence so far at 1 under for his round, which puts him 6 shots behind Nicholas Talifer. And he's running out of opportunities, Chip, to make up that much ground with holes running out on the back 9.
Well, absolutely, and Tolliver just is playing so consistent on 10 and 11 here on the backside. He has brushed the hole with 2 putts that he could have made 2 birdies on.
That is his approach up to the 12th, and he will have that for a birdie to try and make up a little bit of ground. A moment ago, Talifero with his approach on 12.
Pretty straight away, center of the fairway. He can go pin seeking on this one.
And he did as well. And then earlier, this was Connor Burgess, the 3rd member of this group.
Connor electing to lay back a little bit, make sure he hits his tee ball in the fairway and be able to put some spin on the ball, control his approach shot.
Burgess, a former standout at Virginia Tech, was part of the 4A state champions of Virginia back in 2016 out of E.C. Glass High School down in Lynchburg.
Very good friends with Mark Lawrence Jr. In fact, he just moved here to town, and Independence is going to be his home club moving forward.
Teammates for the Hokies down in Blacksburg, who have really really turned their golf program around and made it somewhat prominent here in the last decade or so. A lot of good players coming out of the program down in Blacksburg.
In fact, Burgess is actually putting with one of Mark Lawrence Jr.'s old putters.
Burgess has struggled today, 4 over so far for his round. He started the day 1 shot behind Talifer, and that birdie will just miss going down, and he will have that tap in for his par to remain at 6 under.
That was an excellent putt. The greens here at Independence are just very difficult to read. Tendency is that players are going to overread these putts, and that's what appeared to happen there. Ball just hung out on the right edge and didn't take that final break.
Chip, it looks like Lawrence and Talifer have almost identical putts. If they're not on the same line, then they're roughly the same distance here.
Huge with the lead already, but adding one more to the kitty would definitely not hurt that victory walk if you're thinking about it already, and it's early to be thinking about it, but boy, that would really make a big difference.
This putt should move just a little bit to Mark's left. Chippy said yesterday that he actually felt as though he is really putting the ball well. The hole just hasn't been getting in the way so far.
Well, Robert, on that putt, he hit that putt making sure he would get it to the hole, and it really just stayed on line. It did not move out of the line at all. And that might be something that Talifer looks at this putt coming up, because if he keeps it in the hole, he has a good chance to make the birdie here.
Talifer should have gotten a bit of a lesson on that putt, even though his is a slightly different line, but roughly the same distance. And this to extend his lead to 5.
This is a putt, though, that if you don't give it enough, it can snap across the hole at the very end if hit too softly.
Knew it right off the blade.
Nothing but that.
Nick Talifer goes to 14 under par and extends his lead to 5 as they will now head to the long par for 13th. Well, everybody here is obviously trying to be the champion golfer of the Commonwealth for 2022. This man did it 3 times. But did you know, do you remember where you were 35 years ago, right around this time? Do you remember where you were?
I can't remember last week, Lane.
I'm going to tell you exactly where you were. One member of our broadcast team has reached the pinnacle of the best golf in the world, and it happened almost exactly 35 years ago. This is what this man did to rewrite the history books.
Second shot at the par 5. 490-yard par 5 4-iron. Look at this. Is he on the roll, Pat?
The analyst for CBS 6's coverage of the State Open of Virginia knows a thing or two about playing golf at the absolute highest level.
I do not believe what I'm seeing.
35 years ago this month, Robert Wren took the PGA Tour by storm, winning the Buick Open with a score of 262.
And here's your winner. You got it.
That was an unbelievable 26 strokes under par, just 1 stroke shy of tying the PGA record held by Ben Hogan and Mike Suchek.
I just never seemed to make a whole lot of mistakes all week, and you know, the putter was like my best friend.
And the victory at the Buick earned the Richmond native an invitation to golf's most hallowed grounds.
CBS Sports is proud to present the 1988 Masters Tournament.
At Augusta, the 28-year-old collegiate school alum came out swinging.
Robert Wren's second shot. Look at this. Hold down.
carving through high winds to shoot a 3-under par 69 on day one, enough to claim a share of the first-round lead.
Oh, beautiful shot, Robert. Beautiful shot.
Wren spent more than a decade on the PGA Tour, later segueing into a successful broadcasting career.
Tiger's got 152 yards. Should be just a nice, comfortable 9-iron for him. They're going to go nuts when he hits this thing.
But no matter where this great game took him, Robert Wren never forgot the place he still calls home.
Hello, everybody in Richmond.
How do you explain such a low score, Wren?
Such a low score? I found a shortcut on the golf course out here.
Remember the last time you saw that video?
Yeah, I think that videotape is dry rotted by now. Those clothes are coming back, though.
You still have them. They probably still fit him as well, but we thought you might enjoy taking a look at that. You can't find that on YouTube. That's in the very bowels and recesses of our archive over at Channel 6 here.
That was very special. Thank you for putting that together.
Congratulations. Happy 35th anniversary. Well, Nick Tallifer continues to lead the 2022 State Open of Virginia by now 5 shots over Evan Beck and by 7 over Mark Lawrence. We'll be back with more of the final round right after this.
The State Open of Virginia, brought to you by Peter Millar, available at Franco's Lakeside and Short Pump.
If you're a golfer, the Virginia State Golf Association wants you. For less than the cost of a dozen balls, membership includes a handicap index to track your progress, compete and participate in events, but membership is about more than a number. There's also the Virginia Golfer magazine, access to great courses, and most importantly, being part of a community of players who share a passion for the game. Membership is available to golfers of all ages and abilities, and sign up is quick and easy. Available 24/7. Visit vsga.org to see which option is right for you. That's vsga.org. Join us.
Impeccable. Uncompromising. A class all its own. When you're at your best, it shows.
Hi, I'm Charles Barker, and I invite you to discover possibly one of the best values in America, and at prices you can only dream of.
Visit Mercedes-Benz of Virginia Beach.
It's grilling season at Acme Stove and Fireplace. Visit our 5,000 square foot showroom for the best selection of gas and charcoal grills. Acme Stove and Fireplace is Richmond's platinum Big Green Egg dealer. Grill, roast, bake, and smoke on the world's best ceramic charcoal grill. With 7 Big Green Egg sizes to choose from and the largest selection of Big Green Egg accessories on display, we have it all. Over 40 years of professional sales, service, and installation. Acme Stove and Fireplace Center, located just 4 miles west of Short Pump.
It's bow time. You know our food. Now meet our crew. Brandon's frying up chicken boldly seasoned and marinated for 12 hours.
Chicken's up.
Kathy has our 49-step biscuit recipe memorized.
I could tell you, but that's a different ad.
Crystal fixes the fixins on the stovetop, while Latoya keeps the whole thing running smoothly.
Now we're cooking.
And Joe's always here, so he's on the team too.
I am?
Because at Bojangles, we're always serving up down-home, handmade Southern cooking with a side of pride. It's bow time.
What is a dentist?
A dentist is someone who brushes their teeth. It's a guy that keeps your teeth nice and healthy.
How many teeth do you have?
Probably 24. I don't know.
What is an orthodontist?
An orthodontist is they do braces and stuff like that.
That's right. We do stuff like that and so much more at
Richmond Pediatric Dentistry Orthodontist.
If you or a loved one have tried to overcome drug or alcohol addiction, Aware Recovery Care is here to help. Aware Recovery Care's Yale-inspired treatment programs provide each client with a fully individualized in-home path to recovery. Our specialists work with you in the comfort of your own home, improving your chances for lasting health and wellness by 80%.
We treat the client and the family in their home environment where addiction
lives.
Try a different road to recovery with Aware Recovery Care.
Welcome back to the State Open of Virginia, presented by CapTech.
And a few moments ago, here wrapping up on 18, four-time State Open champion Jay Woodson, capping off a one-over round of 72 today. Jay finishes at +2 for the championship, top 25 finish. We go back out to our leaders on 13, and Chip Tarkenton rejoins us.
Connor Burgess appeared to have hit that approach shot out of the rough. Not quite sure where the ball ended up, but that's the critical shot on this hole. Get the ball in the fairway off the tee. Looks like Tolliver has found the rough up to the left on the hill. Now this approach shot, Chip, is going to be the angle that he's got has got to be headed toward the penalty area to the right of this green. So he's got to be very careful with this shot.
Absolutely, Robert. And the grass in that area, that rough area, is really pushing him right. He's really got to protect this, and it's about 193 out. And he's changed clubs a couple of times in the last few holes, really thought about changing the club. And I think what he's done is gone to a higher number so that he has a better chance to control it. That's what he did the last two holes beforehand when he changed clubs.
He's got his friend and teammate Channing Blevins on the bag with him this week. That's got to make it a little bit more comfortable in this lofty situation he finds himself.
He's looking down. He hit it pretty high up in the air. I'm trying to see where it's coming down. He probably got a better vantage view than I did. A lot of dust flew in the air when he hit that dirt and everything. He was just trying to get a club hit on that ball and advance it forward. It was really a tough lie there. And like you said, Robert, protect him from going right and into the hazard on the right side.
Robert, let's take a CapTech look at this 13th hole, which can play from a bunch of different distances. Before that, we will check out Mark Lawrence's approach at 13.
Coming in out of the fairway after a perfect drive. Just want to keep the ball just short and right of the hole location. That's not terrible there. That's going to be a very fast putt, though, coming off the back left fringe.
Okay, now we'll take a look at this 13th hole. Can play anywhere. For some of the daily play, it is a par 5, has been in the past. The tees can be all the way back behind that water on the right. Today they are up front playing about 440 yards.
And as you see that fairway bunker down the left side of this fairway, the right edge of that really is going to be the aiming point for most of these players. The fairway narrows dramatically at that point, and players have to be cautious of not getting in the left bunker because it's got a fairly high lip, but also that rough to the right, which is the direction that the fairway will push the balls, is very deep. That's where water will collect. So there's the penalty area to the right of the screen we had mentioned just a moment ago. If a player drives a ball in the fairway like Mark Lawrence did, this can turn into a birdie hole. But if you drive it in the rough, all options are open.
And as we come back greenside at 14, we can see that Talifer has found the left-hand side, 13, excuse me, that has found the left-hand side of this green. But as you said, not necessarily a terrible angle at which to attack today's pin placement.
Chip, is his ball in the rough some 10, 15 yards left of the green?
It is, Robert. He is in the full rough, almost pin high, just a little shy of pin high. So this is the shot that earlier in the day we did a little work around here. This is a very difficult shot because it's going to be.
And the difficulty here, of course, is from where he's hitting this shot, he's a little bit on a downslope out of the rough, but the green is going to slope dead away from him here. So he's got to try to hit this just into the bank to kill some of the speed on it and let it trickle down onto the green to get it close. Rule number one here, don't get too cute with this. You don't want this to turn into a double bogey. And it looked like he tried to bang it into the hill and ran it all the way through the green on the other side. That's just what we were talking about, Chip.
Do with that ball. Yes, absolutely. And he was trying to hit into the bank, carried it a little bit too far. Above the top of the bank is really where it hit. So he got nothing off the ball, and it just get it all the way across the green.
Now Connor Burgess with his third shot out of the bunker. Oh my, he got a little too much ball out of that as well, and that has gone over the green.
Followed up a mistake with another mistake, and now in a position where I don't see a great opportunity for him to get this ball up and down from that position unless he makes a 20, 25-foot putt.
Absolutely, Robert. There's no question. A couple of mistakes back-to-back by players who had not been making any. Nick had made no mistakes on this backside. And like I said, could have had 2 more birdies on 11 and also back on 10 too. He had chances on both of those holes to get birdies.
Chip, this goes right back to what we were talking about earlier. So important to drive the ball in the fairway here. The one person that did has been sitting around for a few minutes waiting to hit his birdie putt, and that's Mark Lawrence Jr.
Now Burgess from behind the green. With his fourth shot.
That's not a bad play from there at all, trying to use the mound of the green to slow that ball down. He did so effectively, but he still has that putt left for bogey here, so it's an uphill battle once you miss that fairway.
Yeah, from where he was, that was outstanding because he really was able to lift that ball up high. Now we'll see what Nick can do.
This is interesting. He's put the ball past the hole, which now presents a very speedy putt for bogey. This hole could let a couple of players back into the tournament.
Yeah, like you said, a long wait for Mark Lawrence, but a lot of time to get a chance to look at this putt. This would be a monumental swing for him right now. He could pick up one with the birdie and then see what happens with Nick. It could be a big boost to him with quite a few holes left to go.
Well, you're certainly not wishing any ill will on your fellow competitors, but at the same time, a situation like this has got to give Mark Lawrence Jr. just a little bit of a boost to say, you know what, I'm not out of this thing yet. I've just got to keep my head about me, try to knock this putt in, and I'm off to the races. Well, he was definitely trying to.
Good line, but
yeah,
just not quite enough break.
Trying to avoid smashing it 4 or 5 feet past the hole, which is very easy to do from that side of the green.
But in this group, 4 is going to end up being a very, very good score because his 2 playing partners are now each putting for bogey. Lawrence will stay at 7 under.
This putt for Tolliver is not easy by any stretch of the imagination. It can get away from him very, very quickly. He has really got to be meticulous with this putt.
Yeah, as much as he would like to make this and put some speed on it to hold the line, he's played this golf course enough to know that you do not get too frisky with this putt. He's got a sizable lead right now. You do not want to turn a double bogey into a triple bogey or just about getting a little bit careless on your speed. You can see that he nursed it down the hill.
That will be a double bogey 6 for Talifer, which will take him back to 12 under par. Currently, that shrinks his lead to 3 over Evan Beck.
This putt for Connor Burgess for bogey as well. Now this is going to be a little easier putt up the hill.
Oh. And Burgess leaves that short. He will also have a double bogey 6, which will drop him to 4 under, further off the lead that is being set by Nick Talifer, who has about 5-6 holes left to try and wrap up his first ever State Open Championship. Robert and I will be back with more of the final round of the 2022 State Open of Virginia right after this.
The State Open of Virginia, sponsored by Haley Auto Group. 10 locations, one website, haleyauto.com.
No one knows golfers better than Addicted to Golf. Full golf simulator for precise club fitting. Largest selection of new and used clubs in Hampton Roads. 30-day, 100% trade-in guarantee on used club purchases. Addicted to Golf. Yorktown and Williamsburg.
Living with metastatic breast cancer means being relentless because every day matters. And having more of them is possible with Verzenio, the only one of its kind proven to help you live significantly longer when taken with fulvestrant, regardless of menopause status.
Verzenio plus fulvestrant is for HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer that has progressed after hormone therapy. Diarrhea is common, may be severe, or cause dehydration or infection. At the first sign, call your doctor, start an antidiarrheal, and drink fluids. Before taking Verzenio, tell your doctor about any fever, chills, or other signs of infection. Verzenio may cause low white blood cell counts, which may cause serious infection that can lead to death. Life-threatening lung inflammation can occur. Tell your doctor about any new or worsening trouble breathing, cough, or chest pain. Serious liver problems can happen. Symptoms include fatigue, appetite loss, stomach pain, and bleeding or bruising. Blood clots that can lead to death have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have pain or swelling in your arms or legs, shortness of breath, chest pain, and rapid breathing or heart rate, or if you are nursing, pregnant, or plan to be.
Every day matters, and I want more of them.
Ask your doctor about everyday Verzenio.
Ever wonder how Lidl can offer such great produce for such low prices?
Not really.
I heard Lidl married into Mother Nature's family. True story. Now they get all the perks. Private islands, mountain homes, and of course, unlimited access to perfect produce.
So you're saying Mother Nature's Lidl's sugar mama?
Sounds weird when you say it, but yes.
No one knows golfers better than Addicted to Golf. Full golf simulator for precise club fitting. Largest selection of new and used clubs in Hampton Roads. 30-day, 100% trade-in guarantee on used club purchases. Addicted to Golf. Yorktown and Williamsburg.
And a few moments ago here at the State Open of Virginia, this is defending champ Evan Beck with his approach to the par 4 16th.
Exactly where you need to hit your approach there in this safe zone, just a little bit long and left of the hole location.
Beck, as we mentioned when we came on the air, the defending champion, a 2-time State Open champion, as a matter of fact, playing out of Princess Anne Country Club down in Virginia Beach. Had a run of 5 straight birdies on the front 9 here today, which really shot him up the leaderboard. Since then, his momentum has kind of stalled a little bit. He only has 1 birdie in his last 9 holes. That was on the par 4 10th. He's on a string of 5 straight pars right now. And this will be to try to get him to 10 under. And obviously out here, unlike what you might see on the PGA Tour or at the British Open, they are not aware of each other's scores very much when they're out on the course. So getting as many birdies as you can is optimal, but he really would have no idea of what has happened behind him with our leader 2 holes back.
Well, critical to make this birdie putt here at 16, running out of holes. And ironically, this is a hole that on the first day, on Friday's round, Evan made double bogey here. He pushed his tee shot well to the right. He said, I made a poor play there. It hit the cart path and ended up out of bounds by just a few inches. So ended up making the double bogey and finds himself right now 3 shots back, which could close to 2 right here.
He was one of the golfers that finished under the cloak of darkness here last night about 9 o'clock local time, and he told you this morning that he made a mistake in doing that.
He said it was a lesson learned. You know, he really didn't want to have to get up at dark 100 to come out here and finish the round today, but he said, I hit the tee shot and I couldn't see where it went. He said, I thought I'd actually made a pretty good pass at it, but I pushed it well to the right and it almost went out of bounds. I had to take a drop from over there and hit my 3rd shot up on the green. I couldn't even see where it was headed, but actually made a pretty good bogey.
One of the officials from the VSGA who was out here last night told us Beck was almost lying on the ground to get a read on a putt that late at night. This for birdie.
Is it enough? Dead in the heart.
And you would never believe that that would stop short, but it did. Here's a CapTech flyover. Our leaders are at the par 3 14th.
This 14th hole, 205 yards to the center of the green, 201 today. The hole location a little forward of the middle on the left side. A very inviting hole location. You're hitting from a hill to another hill, and the hole location today is in a bowl. Anything past the hole location is going to catch a ridge and potentially feed back to the hole location just a little bit. You just want to make sure that you have enough to get it over the false front. There's 4 or 5 yards of green that offers a false front, and that front right bunker, you'd like to avoid that, but should not pose a huge problem for these players should they get in there today. Now you can see the arrows there pointing back toward the front of the green. That's that ridge that I was talking about. So it will capture a ball that goes a little bit long off the tee.
And a few moments ago, here are the tee shots of our final group, beginning with Mark Lawrence.
Always difficult to be the first guy because you're acting as a test for the other two. They'll have the benefit of watching what your ball does up above the tree line. Connor Burgess there.
He came up just a bit short with his tee shot, which is fairly easy to do here. Back now live.
And the prevailing wind on this hole does come back into the players' faces, but sometimes it's difficult to read it back on that tee. There are a few trees around that kind of shelter how the wind is blowing. And some of these tall pine trees around here don't give away a lot of information.
Chip Tarkenton, we'll bring him back in with our leaders out at 14. Chip, if you had to put a wager down, which of them has the best opportunity to make 2 here?
Well, the way that Burgess hit that shot, I would have told you him to start with. But the wind has really picked up, something that y'all talked about a moment ago about you didn't think that you could tell the wind. Well, we got up here on the green, and it is really pushing from left to right as the players are playing. And that's why we had 2 of the 3 come up short. This shot that Mark Lawrence has, he kind of got up into that false front on that right side. And his pitch may be the easiest one because the putt that Nick Tauber has is going to be very difficult trying to move around that bowl that Robert was telling you about just a moment ago.
His chip up the hill going to work just a little to his left as it slows down. Just a little check on that, little check spin.
It really, really checked up Robert. He was not happy at all with the result of that. And Nick's really got a long putt in front of him, and a 2 putt here would be a great out 3 and just get off the green, especially after the struggles the hole before with the putter.
Yeah, from the
this
whole
would not be
location.
the first one you would pick to go across the green.
No. From the whole location of the top ridge, 2/3 of the way back in the green is about 17 yards. So This must have been a misclub off the tee, or he kept it down on a flat trajectory underneath the wind so the wind never affected it.
I was about to ask you if he is this far away from the hole on this shot. The wind that Chip was just describing a moment ago must have really messed with whatever he selected out of the bag.
There's a ridge
right about there. He hit a real low shot, and it just carried. Yeah, that's a great lag right there. Super lag there. But when he hit his tee shot, the wind had really gotten still, and he hit a low boring shot that was not a typical ball flight that we'd seen earlier today, and it just did not stop and hit on that right side of the green. It just kind of bounced up just a little more, and it looked there for a moment like it wouldn't stay on the green.
You know, watching Nick on the practice tee earlier today, his shot of favor right now is, well, whatever one he feels comfortable with. He was hitting fades and draws at will, but each of those shots were well up in the air, so seemed to really be flushing the ball this morning. Connor having a rough day today after the 64 yesterday, playing himself into contention.
Yeah.
Similar putting style of Mark Lawrence.
Too, if you're Nick Tolliver and you have that last hole, you come up to the tee and you have a tendency to really just bust into one and hit it just straight ahead. That's really what he did. This should be straight up the hill for Mark Lawrence.
This to stay in third place solo right now. It's not the longest hole on the course here at Independence, but can absolutely be one of the toughest without any trouble.
Seems like even going back to last year, we just have not seen Mark Lawrence making a lot of putts on these greens. He does say that he feels very comfortable, very confident on these greens right now. He just has not had the hole get in the way. This now to clean up a 3, this would be a heck of a 2-putt.
And Nick Talifer is home with his par at the 14th. And he will keep a 3-shot lead over Evan Beck, who is playing the final 2 holes of the day. The final round of the 2022 State Open of Virginia as Connor Burgess finishes up for his bogey. That will move Burgess back to 3 under and 7 over for the day. We'll be back with more of the final round of the 2022 State Open of Virginia right after this.
The State Open of Virginia, sponsored by Bojangles. It's bow time.
Gather your family and friends for a great food, drink, and fun adventure in the best part of Virginia. Feast at local award-winning restaurants and enjoy the best craft brew and wine in the region. From farm to table to satisfying your sweet tooth and everything in between. Experience new flavors, live entertainment, arts, and escape in a scenic sunset for an unforgettable experience. Savor and share what you love in the best part of Virginia.
Meet a doctor who connects all the dots.
Oftentimes, people with low back pain, knee pain, or hip pain don't even recognize that it's actually coming from their feet.
Their feet? For real?
Absolutely, 100%. It can have a domino effect because their foot and their ankle aren't supported properly. Their whole body is out of whack.
Getting back into whack? Good Feet arch supports could help.
Keeping your body in good alignment, that can go a long way.
Come in for your free fitting at the Good Feet store.
He steps up to the tee, and this swing is as close to perfect as it gets. So impressive. Nice long drive.
Speaking of drives, if you're in the market for a new car or need your car serviced, drive on over to any of Haley Auto Group's 10 locations. Their customer service is amazing. I was blown away.
And speaking of amazing, take a look at this shot. Wow, a hole-in-one.
Haley has it.
Yes, we do.
The top golfers in Virginia are bringing their best game to the State Open of Virginia.
Coverage of the State Open of Virginia is brought to you by Franco's Fine Clothing for Men, Lakeside Avenue and Short Pump Town Center.
If you're a golfer, the Virginia State Golf Association wants you. For less than the cost of a dozen balls, membership includes a handicap index to track your progress, compete and participate in events, but membership is about more than a number. There's also the Virginia Golfer magazine, access to great courses, and most importantly, being part of a community of players who share a passion for the game. Membership is available to golfers of all ages and abilities, and sign up is quick and easy, available 24/7. Visit vsga.org to see which option is right for you. That's vsga.org. Join us.
Summer is here, and Bathfitter has savings that sizzle. Call now and receive 0% interest for 24 months on your tub or shower upgrade. Give your bathroom the makeover it deserves with our exclusive one-piece wall system and installation in as little as 1 day. All with our lifetime worry-free warranty on labor and materials. Save this summer on the bathroom of your dreams. Call now and find out why Bathfitter is the perfect fit.
This pepperoni was carefully placed by hand by a pizza maker at Papa John's. Just like this one, and that one over there. Ooh, and even these in the crust. Get yourself the new epic pepperoni stuffed crust pizza, only at Papa John's.
Welcome back to the State Open of Virginia, presented by CapTech.
With a few holes left to play here at the final round of the State Open of Virginia, Nick Tallifer has a 3-shot lead over defending champ Evan Beck, and by 6 over Chris O'Neill and Mark Lawrence. A few moments ago on the par 5 17th, this is Evan Beck's second shot.
Just trying to position this shot up into the green. It doesn't appear that he caught it quite as cleanly as he'd like to.
He's playing with Drew Brockwell today. And this pin is well back and to the left of the green to the golfers, and Brockwell gets that in very close. He will have that for his 4. And Travis Johnson's third shot here at the par 5.
That whole location all the way in the back portion of this green over a ridge. 2 terrific shots there. We're not going to see many shots any closer than that.
If you happen to catch a glimpse of Travis Johnson and his caddy for this weekend, he has someone special on his bag, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. Austin Ernst, a 3-time winner on the LPGA Tour, sponsored by CapTech, is here caddying for him this week. So that is a special guest.
And Evan Beck has found the bunker with his third shot.
I think what Evan was trying to do is hit that shot just a couple of yards right of where it ended up and get it to chase all the way to the back of the green. Pulled it or hooked it just a little bit, but now he's got a very long, difficult bunker shot because it's not only long, he's got to carry it up over a ridge. Now this is going to be interesting what club that he hits there. He's going to be up in the face of the bunker a little bit, which is going to tend to throw the ball up in the air. But if you throw it too high in the air and it doesn't get over that last ridge, it could come up some 30, 35 feet short.
This was the hole last year where Beck made about a 20-footer for birdie when Mark Lawrence, whom he was dueling with down the stretch, was in much tighter, seemingly had a much better chance at birdie, and the two ended up tied coming to the last hole last year.
Very different hole location this year, all the way in the back of the green. Last year more toward the front.
That did not come out as far as he would have liked, and he, again, staring at his shot in something of disbelief.
This today is the one that got away from him. He was there in the fairway, had a terrific opportunity, and now he's got to make a very long putt here.
Let's take a look at this again out of the bunker.
You could see out of the face of that bunker, the ball just did not have a whole lot of forward momentum on it. Sometimes a player will take even, say, an 8 or a 9 iron out of a line like that just to bring it in a little bit flatter and get more run on it. Just a very delicate shot, and he knew when he hit the shot into the bunker that he had hit it into the wrong place.
And we go back to 15 with our final group. That is Mark Lawrence's approach to the par 4 15th.
Hole location in the back right. And again, Chip, this is one of those hole locations that mandates that you put it in the short grass off the tee. Tolliver now in dire straits over here to the golfer's right. Chip, have you seen his line?
Yes, he was OB off the tee. Yes, he was OB off the tee to the left. So this was his third shot off the tee, and he has tree trouble in front of him. He's going to have to stay underneath it. He's on the right side, and the bunker is staring him straight in the face beside the limb, so he's really got a tough shot. He looks like he's getting down on our putt right now, trying to determine what he's going to do with his shot.
And to Lane's point, these golfers are not privy to what's going on the rest of the golf course, so Evan Beck would have no clue this is going on.
He's hit a good ball, but I think it has bounced over the back because where I'm standing, I can't see the green very well. You may have another camera up there that could tell, but it looked like he caught all of it. And he had to keep it so low that it looks like the ball may have bounced over the green.
This is when he really needs to take some deep breaths and get back into his process. Avoid making the big numbers here is the key. He did a great job on the last hole, the par 3, with that long 2-putt that he made. But at this point, if you're not familiar with this situation, it's awfully easy to get out ahead of yourself and look for the clubhouse instead of trying to put all your focus in that very next shot that you've got to play.
Now, Chip, to keep everybody up to date, is he currently lying 3 or is he lying 4 behind the green with that shot?
He will be hitting his 4th shot. Well, he's hitting his 5th shot off because he hit his first one out of bounds. The second one he had a re-tee, so he was hitting 3 off the tee. That was 4 out of the rough, so he'll be hitting 5.
And Chip, as we saw earlier today, we walked over that green to take a look at what players might have if they should happen to go over the green. It is no church picnic back there.
Of any kind. It's not a picnic. It's not a celebration. It is a hard shot because you've got the first problem of getting it up and down quickly enough to stop it, or it will roll all the way to the front of the green. Or if you hit it too hard, that bunker over there, it's staring you in the face that you don't really think about until you hit the shot.
Well, and the key to a shot like this is you have got to keep the club face slightly open and keep it accelerating to make sure that it doesn't dump some 10 feet in front of you. Awfully easy for the leading edge of a club on a shot like this out of the Bermuda rough to get stuck a little bit and have the ball not pop up for you. You have to maintain acceleration, but it's kind of scary because if you go at it very hard, to your point, Chip, you could run it all the way through the green.
Well, it's sitting up pretty good, Robert, and for as much as you want to ball in a rough, Bermuda sitting up. But this is a very tough, testy shot he has in front of him.
Well, not bad, but he's got a long putt left here.
And that would be for 6.
Caught caught a little bit with Mark's third shot. He was shy of the green and out of the bunker. He had a terrible lie in the bunker and was not able to advance it near as far as he wanted to. So it kind of got caught on that side where I couldn't get all the way around quickly enough to kind of give you the whole thing with Tolliver. But what I was able to see was exactly what we thought. He was sitting up high, got the club head underneath it, and it really popped it up a lot more, I think, than he thought it would do.
It looked like he got a little bit handsy with it as well, just trying to help it up in the air.
And this is Connor Burgess, who has lost 3 strokes to his round in the last 2 holes alone, trying to get one back here at 15.
Sure, a very frustrating day for him, coming off of 2 very solid rounds, and just nothing seemed to be working for him today so far. Very nice young man. I'm sure at this point in the round he'd like to make a few birdies coming in, but he's also very cognizant that these guys are in the running for the championship, and he wants to make sure he stays out of their way as well.
Robert, too, it's a different back 9 today. As you remember how the wind was blowing the first 2 days. It's blowing the opposite directions pretty much today. And that has caused some real consternation for the players around, because they're changing clubs quite often before they're going with one. And a lot of times they're going to a club that's a little longer because they just can't decide which one to go with.
And what's interesting with this back 9 is that there are a number of holes that are very at the lowest points of the property, and a lot of times the wind that blows up above the tree line, you can't feel it down where you're hitting the shot from, and that causes a lot of doubt and uncertainty.
Taliaferro for double.
Wow.
And with that triple, his lead has completely evaporated. He will drop to 9 under and is now in a tie with Evan Beck for the lead,
who has no idea that this has just happened. And that's one thing that you have to expect in golf. Coming down the back 9 of a tournament, you have to expect the unexpected, keep your head down, and keep focused on playing that next shot to the best of your ability. Evan could get a little bit distraught about his poor shot in the 17, not realizing he's still in the thick of this.
Mark Lawrence gets one to fall on 15.
That was a working par too.
And we go back a moment ago to Evan Beck on 17. That was his chip up out of the bunker, and then
woo. He doesn't realize how important that putt could end up being.
No, but right now the lead is all but completely gone, and with just a couple of holes to play, this tournament is very much up for grabs between Nick Taliaferro and Evan Beck. And Beck, as we said earlier, after his first round, he didn't get off to the best start, rallied at the end to finish even. Last night got hot, then had a little bit of trouble as they played into the darkness last night. And now today he had a stretch of 5 straight birdies on the front 9, and he has kind of stalled that momentum. But Taliaferro has completely backed up in the last 3 holes, and now we've got a dead heat as we come down the stretch here at the 2022 State Open of Virginia at Independence. We'll be back with more of the finish right after this.
Don't fall for clickbait, fall for cluckbait with a doubly delicious chicken deal only at Hardee's.
If you're a golfer, the Virginia State Golf Association wants you. For less than the cost of a dozen balls, membership includes a handicap index to track your progress, compete and participate in events, but membership is about more than a number. There's also the Virginia Golfer magazine, access to great courses, and most importantly, being part of a community of players who share a passion for the game. Membership is available to golfers of all ages and abilities, and sign up is quick and easy. Available 24/7. Visit vsga.org to see which option is right for you. That's vsga.org. Join us.
Don't fall for clickbait, fall for cluckbait. Buy one, get one for $1 when you order in the app. Only at Hardee's.
It's bow time. You know our food. Now meet our crew. Brandon's frying up chicken boldly seasoned and marinated for 12 hours.
Chicken's up!
Kathy has our 49-step biscuit recipe memorized.
I could tell you, but that's a different ad.
Crystal fixes the fixins on the stovetop, while Latoya keeps the whole thing running smoothly.
Now we're cooking.
And Joe's always here, so he's on the team too.
I am?
Because at Bojangles, we're always serving up down-home, handmade Southern cooking with a side of pride. It's bow time.
You're gonna wanna hear this. It's your turn to sell us your car. Small cars, big cars, green cars, blue cars, classics, clunkers, even if it has a few dents in the bumper. Haley Automotive will buy it from you, and we'll pay top dollar for it. Go to HaleyAuto.com for more information, or just bring your car in to any of our 10 locations and get an instant offer. Oh, and if you just so happen to be in the market for a new car, we do trades too.
Haley has it.
Yes, we do.
Hey Richmond, if you're looking to update that old bathroom, then now is the time to call Virginia Shower and Bath. We're offering no interest for 3 full years, and we're giving you $1,000 off our everyday bottom line pricing. That's right, call or go online and make your appointment today, and you'll pay no interest for a full 36 months and get $1,000 off. Call or go online to Virginia Shower and Bath today. Thanks, Richmond. That's Virginia Shower and Bath,
a division of Paramount Builders,
and very proud of it.
Meet a doctor who connects all the dots.
Oftentimes, people with low back pain, knee pain, or hip pain don't even recognize that it's actually coming from their feet.
Their feet? For real?
Absolutely, 100%. It can have a domino effect because their foot and their ankle aren't supported properly. Their whole body is out of whack.
Getting back into whack? Good Feet arch supports could help.
Keeping your body in good alignment, that can go a long way.
Come in for your free fitting at the Good Feet store.
Welcome back to the State Open of Virginia, presented by Cap Tech.
And a moment ago, our now co-leader, Evan Beck, with his tee shot on the par 4 18th.
Picked up his tee very quickly there after a good pass at it. That's going to give him a great opportunity to go after this whole location on the middle left.
Robert, we were here 1 year ago when he had a gap wedge in his hand, staring down an approach that he would hit to about 6 or 7 feet. And that ended up being the winning shot. And unbeknownst to him right now, he could be in a very similar situation standing over his ball today.
He's got to have some good feelings coming back to a shot like this, gripping way down. Appears to be an 8 or 9 iron. Hit a big drive up that fairway. Should fit his eye very well. Likes to hit a high draw. Can play this toward the middle of the green and turn it over. That's a very well done. That's going to give him a terrific look at making birdie here. And again, him not knowing how he stands in the tournament right now, he may be thinking that he's just trying to sew up second place.
And Nick Talliver coming up the par 4 16th. And over the last 3 holes, he has dropped 5 shots off of his overall score. Let's do a Cap Tech flyover of this par 4 16th.
Well, this par 4 16th, 460 yards, and it's got a kink right down in the middle of the driving area. That right-hand hole, right-hand bunker that you see right there is about 290 yards to carry it. So players will try to go just a little bit left of it, but you can run out of room in a hurry and have an approach shot out of the rough. like Nick Tolliver did yesterday. He ended up making birdie, but I can assure you that's a rarity. The whole location today on the front of this green, and as you can see, a very narrow portion of this green. So critical to keep the ball in the fairway so that you can control the spin and the trajectory on this second shot. If you drive it in the fairway, you should end up with a birdie opportunity.
And Chip Tarkenton is out there with Tolliver, and he has scoped out his approach. Chip, how far does he have?
Lane, he's got 162 to the pin. The ball is just a little bit off the fairway in the rough, about 2 yards off the rough, but he's got a pretty clean lie. And the pin today is really in a good position because you've got plenty of room on the green, and the bunker on the left side is really not in play.
Mark Lawrence is next to play. Lawrence now finds himself just 3 shots out of the lead.
And this looks like a very deep lie in the rough. Gouging his way through, and you could see that he had very little control over that. But Chip, that was a terrific shot from there.
It was indeed, Robert, and it was very similar to the position and the angle that Tolliver had yesterday, except Mark may have had less room to work with it as far as where the ball was higher up on that little hill going down.
Now Connor Burgess with his approach.
Burgess had hit his tee shot. He had hit his tee shot Lane over in the rough, and he pitched it back to the fairway with that. That was his 3rd shot onto the green.
Really been a struggle today for him.
Robert, you know it's bad when I'm the one that found the ball.
Chip, that speaks volumes. You knew exactly where to look.
We're going to go with that anyway.
Tolliver just a little bit behind the whole location into the fringe back there. Not a bad play. But I know right now he's got to be a little bit shocked at what's happened over the last 3 holes. A double, a 2-putt par from long distance, followed by a triple.
We come back here greenside to 18, where Evan Beck is sizing up his birdie opportunity. He is also playing with Drew Brockwell and Travis Johnson. And our Sean Robertson is greenside. Sean, Becky will be first to play here.
Yes. Evan will be first to play. He's taking a look at his lie right now. This is going to be a tough putt, guys. He's taking a really long time to reading his lie, making sure everything is good before he attempts to putt right here.
Sean, I think the most difficult part of this putt is that there is so little break to it. Any break that you get is a little bit of a surprise. I would think that if anything, it might try to fall to his left at the hole, but it's going to be totally dependent on speed. If you hit it really softly, it will take that break. If you hit it with any pace, though, you're going to have to keep it inside the hole.
That has been the thing the last 2 days we've been here, especially on 18. The golfers have had a difficult time reading the green here, and Evan is really taking a long time checking this out to see where the break is, if there's any break here on this putt.
Trying to muster up his best stroke of the day, get fully committed to it.
And as you stated, guys, he does not know what Tolliver happened to him in the previous hole, so this is a chance for him to take the lead here on 18.
Evan Beck is no stranger to pressure. Won a prestigious tournament, the George C. Thomas Invitational out in Los Angeles at LA Country Club last month.
This is for the lead.
Oh, he just overread it slightly.
He will tap that in, but still a wonderful round, 6 under today. Has him tied for the lead at 9 under par, and Evan Beck will now wait and join our Sean Robertson in a few moments to talk about his round. And we will be back with the conclusion of the 2022 State Open of Virginia right after this.
Hi, welcome to Sonic. May I take your order?
2 Sonic grilled cheese double burgers.
I'm on it. Order up.
Sonic grilled cheese double burger, ready for pickup.
Riding, 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 riding with Charlie.
For the finest service and customer satisfaction, know who you're riding with. Charles Barker Automotive.
How could this grilled cheese double burger make your life easier?
You just eat the whole darn thing and then drive in and don't tell anybody.
Right. I've done that before.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's my form of therapy. You got
cheeseburger therapy.
Sonic grilled cheese double burger.
When you get a quiet moment, you take whatever you got.
That's right.
The State Open of Virginia is brought to you by Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Meal for 2? We've got you. At Burger King with the 2 for $10 meal deal, you get 2 sandwiches plus 2 fries and 2 drinks for just $10. One meal for you, another one for, well, you decide. The 2 for $10 meal deal, only at Burger King.
Mr. Fix-It presents Making a Difference in RVA. Today's difference maker, 5 O's Tiki Foundation.
The 5 O's Tiki Foundation was created to help law enforcement officers and their families in time of need. In addition, we like to give back to youth programs, the Cadet Post in Henrico, Hanover, and Chesterfield counties.
A couple years back, we took a tiki bar to Charlotte, North Carolina, and people would come in and they'd ask for a drink, and they'd ask how much. We would say, hey, it's for a donation. So we raised $6,000 in 3 days, and to this day, I think we've given out over close to $40,000 to officers in need and their families.
Help 5 O's Tiki Foundation make a difference today. Go to 5OsTikiFoundation.com to support our men and women in blue and their families.
Making a Difference in RVA is sponsored by Mr. Fix-It. Know of another great community organization? Nominate them today at makingadifferencerva.com.
Galen College of Nursing is where dedicated people become exceptional nurses. Where nurturing instructors help ensure your success. Where excellence in nursing education has been our sole focus for over 30 years. And where compassion and quality drive our mission, so you can achieve your dreams. This is pure nursing. This is Galen College of Nursing. Start your journey at our new Richmond campus. Visit galencollege.edu.
Anthem Lemonade, presented by Richmond Ford. Let's stir up a cure for cancer. Welcome back to the State Open of Virginia, presented by CapTech.
A few moments ago at 16, Nick Talifer with his birdie attempt. And that just slides by to the left. But he would go ahead and tap that in for his 4, and he remains tied with Evan Beck at 9 under par. This is our first look at Chris O'Neill, another local to the Richmond area, graduate of Deep Run High School, just over the James River from where we are. Played his collegiate golf at Michigan, was a member of the Mackenzie Tour, which, for those of you who don't have a deep knowledge of the minor tours around North America, that's also known as PGA Canada. He has called this his retirement event. Robert, he says this is probably going to be the last serious event that he plays, and if it is, he's done very well for himself.
This is the way it usually works. You announce your retirement and then play one of your best events that you've played in years. It's good to see him having a good week. He's a couple under par today, had an early bogey, but has followed it up with 3 birdies. And know that he would like to be a little bit tighter to the lead, but he's got to be very happy with the way that he's played this week.
Taps in for his 5, and he will remain at 7 under, but just 2 shots off of the pace. He is playing with Alex Price and John Ferguson today. Price is at 4 under par. Has a 1 over round working so far.
It's John Ferguson. John's a very funny guy. You know, these guys have to report their scores with an app, and he volunteered to do it on the first tee. He said, I've got to do something to keep my mind busy out there.
So with just a couple of holes left to play, Evan Beck, who has finished with a 6 under round of 65 today, has grabbed himself a share of the lead with Nicholas Talifer. Chris O'Neill, whom we just saw, is 2 shots back. 2020 champ Mark Lawrence is at 6 under. And we go to the tee on the par 5 17th, almost 600 yards. And Nick Talifer has 2 holes left to make this championship his own.
Chip, is this hole playing downwind right now?
Yes, Robert, it is. It's playing downwind, and the wind is kind of coming and going. It'll come a little bit, and then it'll slow down, and it'll come strong again. So they will have it behind them.
So if they can keep this ball down the right side of the fairway with a little bit of draw, they should be able to get it running down there to where they have an outside chance of reaching this green in 2. Ball headed left into the rough. We'll have to get our man Chip out there to give us an update on the line, the shot that he may have.
He'll find it.
We know he'll find it.
We know he'll find it if it's in the rough.
Oh, yeah, I'll find it.
But I tell you what, I don't think we've seen Talifer shake his head more than we have in the last 15 minutes out here today. Just really, really scratching his head, trying to figure out where these shots are going wayward on him. He was the model of consistency through the first 2.5 rounds out here, but this back 9 has jumped up and really given him a dose of reality this afternoon.
When I asked him on the practice tee, I said, what is your preferred shot pattern? And he looked at his caddy, who was a teammate, and he said, well, I kind of like that last one, which was a high fade. But he said, you know, I'm kind of hitting it both ways this week. Well, that's fine until you hit a pressure shot that goes the opposite direction that you were intending, and then all of a sudden you're seeing a lot of things on a golf course that you didn't see before.
And that tee shot of his will rule out any opportunity to go for this green in 2, especially with the pin tucked as far back as it is. He may not have been considering that anyway, but now he's got to find a way to get that ball to a good number for an approach to that back pin.
One thing I did is tight shots that one, so drive on up.
See Connor Burgess back there trying to get an assessment of how far he's got to the hole location. That appeared to be Talifer's lie in the left rough. Looked like a pretty clean lie, but I just don't know how much he would have to shape the ball from right to left to be able to have a chance to get it on that green.
That is his ball and his shot.
This 17th hole, the green is fairly narrow, but if a player does have a long club in and they can land it on the first third of the green, it could run all the way to the back of the green where today's hole location is. In fact, if you're going at it in 2, it's almost better to have the hole location in the back, because you're going to be coming in with either a hybrid or a fairway wood, and you're not going to be able to slow it down any. So it could prove to be an easier hole location than down front for someone coming at it in 2.
I want to check in with our Sean Robertson, who has one of our co-leaders here, greenside at 18. Sean?
Thanks, Lane. I'm here with Evan Beck. A great round 6 under here in the final round. What was going through your mind in that stretch of hitting 5 straight birdies?
Thank you. I don't know. I just kept hitting good shots and making the putts. A lot of them were pretty close, so didn't have much work to do once I got on the green, which was nice. But it was kind of what I was looking for all week, and it finally clicked there on the first couple holes, and it was nice to get off to a good start like that.
It kind of started off rough at the end of round number 2. You hit that bogey on 18, but then you kind of turned it around to start the final round here.
Yeah, that was a mistake, I think, on my part. I just wanted to get it in, didn't want to come out early and have to wake up and play 2 holes, but lesson learned. And I mean, we played 17 and 18 in the dark. I didn't see a single shot. And, it sounded like a good idea at the time, but once we were in it, I mean, no one knew where anybody's balls were going, so that was kind of a mistake. But live and you learn, but I'm glad to have bounced back, and hopefully it holds up.
Appreciate the time. Good luck to you.
Thanks.
Evan Beck, 9 under so far. We'll see if that'll go into a playoff, guys.
Thank you, Sean. Back to 17. Chip Tarkenton is with our other co-leader off the fairway to the left in the rough on the par 5.
Yeah, we're there and awfully close, and a lot of discussion about what Nick would like to do with the ball. It is sitting down. It's a little downhill, so his left foot will be lower than his right foot when he addresses the ball. I'm like Robert here. I think going for the green is really a difficult shot. But if you can put it up in the layup area, which is the widest part of the fairway here, he would have an easy little lob wedge into the green, and that may be his best play right now.
I know in the position that he's in, he would dearly love to have a shot at knocking this on the green in 2, because that's going to feel like a much easier birdie than to have to continue your work with hitting a great wedge and making a putt here. But if you're an experienced player, you know you've got to take what the golf course is going to give you, and at this time, the best option is to lay up.
And that's exactly what he's done.
It appears that he's laid it up.
I have to be honest with what's happened to him in the last what's happened to him in the last 4 or 5 holes. I think that was the absolute best shot that he could make there, and the smart shot. I think that was one he just felt like, you know, you take a rip and you don't know where it's going to wind up.
Saw a lot of approaches land in that very area the first 2 rounds. We'll be back with the conclusion of the final round of the 2022 State Open of Virginia right after this. Stay with us.
The State Open of Virginia, sponsored by Haley Auto Group. 10 locations, 1 website, haleyauto.com.
At Kroger, we believe it takes the right team to bring you fresh produce. That's why we partner with farmers who grow only the best, because working together is truly what it takes to be fresh for everyone. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Living with metastatic breast cancer means being relentless, because every day matters. And having more of them is possible with Verzenio, the only one of its kind proven to help you live significantly longer when taken with fulvestrant, regardless of menopause status.
Verzenio plus fulvestrant is for HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer that has progressed after hormone therapy. Diarrhea is common, may be severe, or cause dehydration or infection. At the first sign, call your doctor, start an antidiarrheal, and drink fluids. Before taking Verzenio, tell your doctor about any fever, chills, or other signs of infection. Verzenio may cause low white blood cell counts, which may cause serious infection that can lead to death. Life-threatening lung inflammation can occur. Tell your doctor about any new or worsening trouble breathing, cough, or chest pain. Serious liver problems can happen. Symptoms include fatigue, appetite loss, stomach pain, and bleeding or bruising. Blood clots that can lead to death have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have pain or swelling in your arms or legs, shortness of breath, chest pain, and rapid breathing or heart rate, or if you are nursing, pregnant, or plan to be.
Every day matters, and I want more of them.
Ask your doctor about everyday Verzenio.
If you're a golfer, the Virginia State Golf Association wants you. For less than the cost of a dozen balls, membership includes a handicap index to track your progress, compete and participate in events, but membership is about more than a number. There's also the Virginia Golfer magazine, access to great courses, and most importantly, being part of a community of players who share a passion for the game. Membership is available to golfers of all ages and abilities, and sign up is quick and easy. Available 24/7. Visit vsga.org VSGA.org to see which option is right for you. That's VSGA.org. Join us.
What's so great about being a Kroger Boost member? Free delivery on the Kroger products you love and more rewards like double fuel points. Boost by Kroger Plus, a new level of membership starting as low as $59 a year. Learn more at Kroger.com.
Welcome back to the State Open of Virginia, presented by CapTech.
I want to welcome everyone from around the Commonwealth watching us here, not just in the Richmond area on CBS 6, but on WTKR in Norfolk, WSET Channel 13 in the Roanoke-Lynchburg area, WEMT in Bristol, and a big thanks to George Case down in Southwest Virginia for helping us reach all of our viewers down there, and in Charlottesville on MeTV 27 as we get set to crown the champion golfer of the Commonwealth for 2022. And we are back at 17. Chip Tarkenton is with our co-leader, Nick Talifer.
Well, it appears that Nick caught a little bit of a flyer out of the rough on his second shot and laid it up into this band of rough between the two fairways. Should come out with less spin than he would like. That was very well played, just carried up onto the back ridge, but you can see it didn't have any spin, but that was a terrific play out of the rough.
It was outstanding. Believe me, he had it down, and it was in a thick rough. It was similar to a shot that he had here yesterday that just went past the pin, and he made birdie with that yesterday, and I think he had the same mindset today.
Well, you could see his mood lightening up a little bit as he gave his caddy and teammate Channing a fist bump there after he hit that shot. He knew that that was a tough shot to play. That would have been a very easy shot, Chip, to have that ball release over the green, carry it a bit too far into the back plateau back there and have it bounce and release through the green. And as they say, there's no future back there. See where the ball landed
totally
here.
Agree with Robert, but he hit a good ball, and
just watching a replay of that chip, and it landed literally just at the top edge of that ridge. Beautiful
absolutely.
execution.
Absolutely. And he's got a legitimate shot at this putt.
Chip, did anyone have a go at this green in two?
Not totally. They were back in that 300 range.
Okay.
And it would have been very, very difficult today, even with some wind behind you, but because it was kind of coming and going. And when it wasn't with you, there wasn't any chance. And if you look at the pin right now, it's pretty still, not a lot of movement.
Well, as we know, there's
Tolliver's got a real good line on this putt.
As we know off the tee, there's a plateau that extends out about 285 off the tee, and you kind of need to get it past that to have a legitimate chance to reach a green in two. Connor Burgess now with a long putt. You can see the ridge that he's got to putt it up and over right there. Just been that kind of day for Connor.
And you mentioned that 284. You mentioned that 285 spot. Everybody was just shy of that 285, kind of go for it, but a lot of folks tried to just get it down in good position, try to make birdie.
Nick Tolliver now taking a look at his birdie to take the lead.
Robert, you hit this putt this morning, and it was pretty straight. If anything, it would leak just a hair to the right.
That's correct, and it's all going to depend on your speed. A little too much speed, He's putting with what little grain there is in these greens. The greens and golf course are just in spectacular shape this year. But whatever grain is in these Bermuda greens is going to be going with him, so it'll be a little bit slicker than a typical putt. If he puts too much speed into it, it's just not going to take the break.
And this is for the lead.
Just hit it a little softly, and it took all the break and more.
Absolutely. And he looked at it a long time. Felt like he had a pretty good roll on it, but just, like you said, just not firm enough to hold the line.
Well, I think he knows that that's one that he'd like to have over. That was a very good look after a terrific pitch shot. He knows at 18 is going to be no gimme to even put himself in position to make birdie.
Now Mark Lawrence with a chance for his birdie to get himself 2 shots behind the lead. And he did the exact same thing. So Lawrence gets in with his 5, and he remains 3 shots back. We have 1 hole to play in regulation in the final round of the 2022 State Open of Virginia, and you'll see it when we return to Independence next. Stay with us.
The State Open of Virginia, sponsored by Bojangles. It's bow time.
Don't fall for clickbait, fall for cluckbait with a doubly delicious chicken deal only at Hardee's.
Ever wonder how Lidl can offer such great produce for such low prices?
Not really.
I heard Lidl married into Mother Nature's family. True story. Now they get all the perks. Private islands, mountain homes, and of course, unlimited access to perfect produce.
So you're saying Mother Nature is Lidl's sugar mama?
Sounds weird when you say it, but yes.
Don't fall for clickbait, fall for cluckbait. Buy one, get one for $1 when you order in the app. Only at Hardee's.
It's bow time. You know our food. Now meet our crew. Brandon's frying up chicken boldly seasoned and marinated for 12 hours.
Chicken's up!
Kathy has our 49-step biscuit recipe memorized.
I could tell you, but that's a different ad.
Crystal fixes the fixins on the stovetop, while LaToya keeps the whole thing running smoothly.
Now we're cooking.
And Joe's always here, so he's on the team too.
I am?
Because at Bojangles, we're always serving up down-home, handmade Southern cooking with a side of pride. It's bow time.
Next time you need your car serviced, bring it to any of our 10 locations.
Haley's service departments are fast, reliable, and we offer a price match guarantee, so you'll never pay too much to get your car fixed. We want to make sure each and every customer is completely satisfied. That's why we have factory-trained technicians who service all makes and models.
And since we all have somewhere to be, we offer free shuttle service too.
Yes, we do.
Pretty convenient, right?
Every year, the best golfers in Virginia drive, swing, and putt towards the same goal, to bring their best golf game to the State Open of Virginia.
Most of us will probably never play at the highest level, but that doesn't mean we can't dress at the highest level. For that, Peter Millar Menswear, available at Franco's.
Coverage of the State Open of Virginia is brought to you by Franco's Fine Clothing for Men, Lakeside Avenue and Short Pump Town Center.
Welcome back to the State Open of Virginia, presented by CapTech.
Two men share the lead at the 2022 State Open of Virginia. Evan Beck has already concluded a 6-under round of 65 today. He is in the clubhouse at 9 under. Nick Talifer has one hole left to play, tied with Beck at 9 under. And a birdie will win him his first State Open title. Mark Lawrence still on the course as well at 3 shots back at 6 under. And this is Nick Talifer on the tee at 18.
Well, he's got a tall order ahead of him to make birdie here, all uphill this par 4, 455 yards from a tee that is new to the players this year. They typically play the tee that is some 40 yards ahead of this. Really, really important here to place this tee ball in the fairway. Deep, thick rough, both left and right. The fairway's only 35 yards wide.
Bent down and picked up the tee fairly quickly. Was obviously happy with his shot, as he should be. It appears he's found the middle of the fairway.
Well placed, should have some 175 yards in from that location.
Let's take a look at this finishing hole at Independence with a CapTech flyover of the 18th.
Well, from that new tee, it's about a 230-yard carry to get it to the fairway. And you can see Independence Hill right there, all uphill to that fairway bunker that covers the left side. Last year, that fairway bunker was in play, not so much with this new tee. So the players will be coming in here from 175 to 190 yards to today's hole location, which is on the left center of the green, approximately where you see the pin on this graphic here. Green very deep at 40 yards, but there's a ridge just about 10 yards behind today's hole location, which will help to stop a ball that's coming in a little bit hot.
With the way Nick Talifer has played this back nine, and with where this pin is tucked in today, how would you gauge his confidence level as he looks like he tries to psych himself up a little bit? So maybe his confidence level is a little higher than we might think about going and trying to get this approach as tight as possible.
I think he feels as though he's got a lot of energy right now, because he kind of went through a meltdown in the middle of the back nine. He's kind of righted the ship, had a good look at birdie there on 17, and just piped it down the middle here on 18. And I think having a buddy like Channing on the bag here is helping to keep him loose at a time like this, because this ship could have sunk a couple of holes ago. But he's done very well to stay in the ball game here, and a birdie here, and he'll take home the trophy.
I can't see him. Needs a 3 out of his back nine today. Talifer has 1 birdie, 1 double bogey, 1 triple bogey, and the rest have been pars. Nothing over a 3 will really help him. In the event of a playoff, they will go back and play this 18th hole once. If they remain tied after that first hole, they will go over to the par 4 10th, which is just over here to the left of our position, beside the 18th green, and they will alternate back and forth between those 2 holes until we determine a champion. Mark Lawrence, I believe, won the last playoff in State Open history, which was just 2 years ago down at Ballyhack in Roanoke.
Well, and Mark not having the last couple of days of this event playing quite as well as he would like to. Like last year, he just has not converted some of the birdies that have been offered to him, and missed quite a few par putts that of not very much length. But he'll be back, and once again, you know, he's had 6 years in a row that he's had a top 4 finish, and it appears that he's headed for that yet again this year. Nick Talifer now trying to assess the approach shot here on 18. Chip, what kind of number does he have to the flagstick?
think Chip is maybe having a little bit of trouble with his mic. We'll get back with him as soon as we can. But if that's where a lot of the other approaches have been this afternoon, I would guess that's in the 160 to 170 range back down at the bottom of the hill.
It appears to be an 8-iron that he's coming in with. He'll play at center of the green, just try to hit a soft draw to this left hole location. Beautiful shot.
Will certainly give himself an opportunity. Taillefer is going to hit that to roughly 10, 11 feet. And he will have that putt to claim his first State Open title.
Well, these last couple of shots that he has hit, he's got to gain a lot of confidence off of that. The pitch shot approach out of the rough on 17. The tee shot here at 18. The beautiful iron shot that he stuck here to the green to give himself the birdie putt to win. But you talk about adding some confidence. If he can make this birdie putt to win this tournament, having been under duress most of the back nine, that would be incredible.
And here is Mark Lawrence with his approach at 18. 3 shots back.
Ball in the air.
And he lands just short of the green on the left-hand side, but he will have that for his birdie.
Distance for Taillefer to the green.
158 with an 8-iron.
And he didn't. He just pulled it.
Considering where this pin is, Robert, this is about the best opportunity he might be able to have for a 3 here. And here it is again. Again, an 8-iron from 152.
Just choke down on it a little bit, maintain a little bit better control. And put it in actually the absolute perfect location to make a putt from on this hole, putting slightly up the hill, and if anything, the ball should nose over to the left. Most right-handed putters would love to have this putt to win a golf tournament.
And we were looking at this actually this morning, and this putt is a little bit slower than you might think. It doesn't necessarily turn as much as you might think. There's a tendency to give the hole away, because from there it looks like it will break a little more to the left than you might imagine.
All of those things going through the mind of a player. Do I play it inside the hole and hit it firm? Do I play it on the top edge and hit it softly? I think he may have to keep this one just inside the edge of the hole there and hit it with some speed. That'll give him the best opportunity to make it.
And he has to wait for his playing partners to get up to their ball, because just off the green, Mark Lawrence will play first with his attempt at birdie.
Connor Burgess, they'll be playing first, so it's. I'm sure that at this point Nick would love to go ahead and finish. You know, it's like, I know what I need to do here. Let me go ahead and putt. But this is part of winning championship golf.
The day for Connor Burgess, as you see there in the light pink shirt, began with such promise. He was just 1 shot back of Taillefer when this 3rd round started, right around noon today. He was at 10 under par, but has just had a really, really rough go of it this afternoon.
As they say, it's always difficult to follow up a great round with another great round, and coming off of a 7 under par 64 yesterday makes it very challenging.
Mark Lawrence now for birdie. he will have some work to do for his par after that to remain solo third in this year's championship.
That's the most difficult challenge for a player of Mark's ability. He is a wonderful player tee to green, and he actually hits a lot of very good putts, but because he has so many putts at birdie from reasonable distance, it's very easy to get impatient. Connor Burgess putting down the hill now. This putt seems to be a little bit quicker than you might think, simply because whatever grain there is in this green is going in that direction from his ball to the hole, and he's also putting slightly downhill. Very good putt, but just been that kind of day for him.
Burgess will finish with a 78 today, and he finishes his championship at 3 under. But a top 10 finish in what he is deeming his retirement tournament. And now I know when Evan Beck came through here about 15-20 minutes ago, we said that there was probably no way that he knew what the situation was on the course because he wouldn't be able to tell what was going on a few holes behind him. There's probably a pretty good chance that Nick Tallifer knows exactly what is on the line with this putt.
That's the benefit of being the last player to putt for the birdie on 18. Word has probably gotten back to you what this means.
For the birdie in the championship.
How about that?
In the nick of time, Nick Tallifer with a birdie on the 18th hole to win his first ever State Open championship.
What a tremendous comeback. A double bogey and a triple bogey in a 3-hole stretch on the back nine, and he still came back to win.
And Mark Lawrence now finishing up for his 4. And it just horseshoes around.
Wow.
But a win, a 2nd place, and a 3rd place in the last 3 years in this event for Lawrence. Possibly disappointing, but still 3 very, very good showings. Nick Tallifer gave us quite a ride there down the back nine here at Independence, but you can tell exactly what this means to him. Joy mixed with relief, mixed with accomplishment, as he is your 2022 State Open of Virginia champion.
Local boy from just up the street here, plays out of Salisbury Country Club, just a couple miles away from here, and played a lot here in high school.
Very local knowledge. He could almost walk home for today, from this round today. He lives so close he might actually float all the way home after making that putt.
You reckon he's a local favorite?
He has had some of the biggest galleries out here for the last 3 days following him around. Boy, not only did he take his time, he had a good look at that putt over and over and over. And what I'm wondering is if he knew it when he hit it, and it seems to me that he probably did.
He hit an awfully solid putt, and he knew that if he put the right speed on it, he didn't have to play it way outside the hole. He could just release the putter, stayed in the putt, flushed it, and he knew it right away that he hit a wonderful putt.
So Nick Tallifer only had 2 birdies on his back nine today, coupled with a double bogey and a triple bogey, but the last birdie was the most outstanding and wins him his first ever State Open title. We have a trophy presentation to get to. We have some speeches that are going to be made, and we will get to all of that when we return here at the State Open of Virginia at Independence.
Order for a Sour Patch Kids slush float.
I'll add the Sour Patch Kids.
I'm on the ice cream.
Sonic Sour Patch Kids slush float.
If you're a golfer, the Virginia State Golf Association wants you. For less than the cost of a dozen balls, membership includes a handicap index to track your progress, compete and participate in events, but membership is about more than a number. There's also the Virginia Golfer magazine, access to great courses, and most importantly, being part of a community of players who share a passion for the game. Membership is available to golfers of all ages and abilities, and sign up is quick and easy. Available 24/7. Visit vsga.org to see which option is right for you. That's vsga.org. Join us.
Ice cream. Boom. Sour Patch Kids bits. Boom. A slush.
Take a bite, and then we'll all harmonize.
Okay, ready?
Sonic Sour Patch Kids slush float. Sign me up.
I think we're a girl group now.
Sign me up.
It's bow time. You know our food. Now meet our crew. Brandon's frying up chicken boldly seasoned and marinated for 12 hours.
Chicken's up.
Kathy has our 49-step biscuit recipe memorized.
I could tell you, but that's a different ad.
Crystal fixes the fixins on the stovetop, while Latoya keeps the whole thing running smoothly.
Now we're cooking.
And Joe's always here, so he's on the team too.
I am?
Because at Bojangles, we're always serving up down-home, handmade Southern cooking with a side of pride. It's bow time.
Next time you need your car serviced, bring it to any of our 10 locations.
Haley's service departments are fast, reliable, and we offer a price match guarantee, so you'll never pay too much to get your car fixed. We want to make sure each and every customer is completely satisfied. That's why we have factory-trained technicians who service all makes and models.
And since we all have somewhere to be, we offer free shuttle service too.
Yes, we do.
Pretty convenient, right?
Every year, the best golfers in Virginia drive, swing, and putt towards the same goal, to bring their best golf game to the State Open of Virginia.
Most of us will probably never play at the highest level, but that doesn't mean we can't dress at the highest level. For that, Peter Millar Menswear, available at Franco's.
Coverage of the State Open of Virginia is brought to you by Franco's Fine Clothing for Men, Lakeside Avenue, and Short Pump Town Center.
Welcome back to the State Open of Virginia, presented by CapTech.
With a birdie at the last, and from nearby James River High School and one of the contingent of Radford Highlanders that are here at the State Open this year, Nick Talifer has won this year's State Open of Virginia by 1 stroke over Evan Beck. And down the back nine, Talifer had his challenges. At one point, he had a 5-stroke lead on the back nine of this event today, but ran into trouble with a double bogey and then a triple bogey at 16. But he saved the best for last, had a 152-yard 8-iron that he stuck into about 15 feet on the final hole and made his birdie to win his first ever State Open championship. A couple of looks at this final putt. And he told our Chip Tarkenton as he was walking up after the shot that he knew that he had hit a good shot and would have a very good chance at a winning birdie. And he knew he needed it as well. Talifer closes with a 1/72 today to win by the same margin he started the day with, a single shot. As we get ready to give away a little bit of hardware, they are getting the 18th green set for the trophy presentation. The rest of the top 10 include Evan Beck, Alex Price, Chris O'Neill, who played at nearby Deep Run High School, Mark Lawrence, David Yang, Rob Kinder, Larkin Gross, Andrew DeKeister, and Connor Burgess, as we mentioned, who started the day just one shot off the lead, but wound up at 3 under in a tie for 6th. Now we're going to send it down to the 18th green, where our Sean Robertson will kick off the trophy presentation. Sean?
Thank you very much, Lane. Ladies and gentlemen, what a tournament we had here this weekend, right? And a great finish to cap off the 2022 State Open of Virginia, as we're here to coronate and celebrate a first-time winner of this championship. Right now, to start our trophy presentation, I would like to introduce a 3-time winner of this event, Robert Wren.
Thanks, Sean. On behalf of the VSGA, the Middle Atlantic PGA, and Independence Golf Club, we really appreciate everybody coming out this week to support the State Open of Virginia. Thank you. I'd like to introduce the association presidents representing the Virginia State Golf Association, Ann Griever. Thank you for being here. And representing the Middle Atlantic PGA, Matthew Schulze. We'd like to also offer and extend a great thanks this year to Sandy Williamson and CapTech for their great support as a presenting sponsor of the 2022 State Open of Virginia. Thanks very much to CapTech. Of course, all this wouldn't be possible without a terrific venue like Independence Golf Club. Gift Breed and his staff have just done an amazing job. It seems like every year they've added a few new perks to both the clubhouse, the events that go on out here. Those of you that are really familiar with Independence know how many special events they like to have out here. But thanks to Giff and his group for presenting this tournament out here this year, they've just done an exceptional job. So along with that, the golf course, as you can see, is in immaculate condition. The greens have never been better. The golf course itself has never been better. I've been very impressed this year. Dan Taylor, where are you? Right over here. Wave your hand, everybody. You have done a remarkable job. Thanks. I know the players to a person have said the golf course is in just perfect shape this year. We'd also like to thank the entire crew here at Independence, the pro shop staff, all the volunteers that have assisted this week. As you know, it takes a ton of people to make this possible, including starters, scorers, the rules officials, the spotters. For everything that they did, they spent countless hours out here, and those are the jobs that people don't really notice unless it doesn't get done well. But we know that they've done it very, very well out here this week. Thanks to everybody. So at this time, I'd like to invite the 2 presidents and Brian Bischoff from CapTech to come forward and assist us with the presentation of the trophies. So first off, Matthew, if you'll come over here, we're going to representing the professionals, the low professionals, Chris O'Neill and Mark Lawrence for the low professionals this year. Great playing, guys. Congratulations. Thanks very much. And now representing the Virginia State Golf Association, Ann Griever, if you'll come forward and present the trophy, the Farmington Trophy, presented to the champion of the State Open of Virginia, Nick Tollifer, shooting 10 under par with a birdie here on the 18th hole. What a terrific win. And, you know, there was some oil leaking there on the back 9, but you came through with style. You made a couple of great swings coming in, including a beautiful 8-iron here to the 18th hole to make birdie and cap off a nice win. Congratulations. The champion is also going to receive a trophy that he takes home with him. The trophy is now named the Vinnie Giles Championship Trophy. Vinnie is here with us today, and Vinnie, we appreciate you coming out, and that's a tremendous honor for any champion to win a tournament trophy in your name. Thank you. Why don't you set that down? That looks like a beast to hold on to. And come up and let's talk a little bit about the win today. You came in the round with a significant lead. What were your thoughts as you were making your way around the front nine?
I don't know. I was just hitting it really well. I had a really good mindset. So just tried to take it one hole at a time, not get ahead of myself. I knew that anything could happen. Obviously, I made it interesting. I knew that Mark could get hot, Connor could get hot.
Yep.
So just try to take it one hole at a time, not do too much, not rush or anything, and see what happens.
Well, it's a challenging golf course, and of course, on the 13th hole there, you found some trouble left off the tee, and then made double bogey there. You made a nice two-putt par on 14 from the back of the green. What happened on 15? You made a triple bogey there, and all of a sudden, it's like the golf tournament starts speeding up in your head.
Yeah, it's a little bit of an uncomfortable tee shot. The first swing I made was just terrible. I overcorrected and just yanked the mess out of it. Second swing wasn't as bad, but I was getting a little nervous. But yeah, from there I just tried to stay calm, and I knew that walking off 15 tee, I asked Channing. I was like, "Is anybody close? Like, did this get interesting?" And he was like, "Yeah, like, somebody's a 9." So I don't know, just tried to stay calm.
Tell me about the approach shot on 17, because it looked like that lie was in the rough. You had a pitch shot, but that was a pretty delicate shot to get it on the back of that green and not have it run through.
Yeah, I just saw the slope there, kind of, I guess, 20 feet short of the pin. Tried to land it into that and see what happened. I had a good lie and a decent number. So.
And you had a good look at it, just didn't make that putt. But tell me about the tee shot on 18. This is a critical tee ball to put in play with that new tee back there. It's a long hole.
Yeah, and this is probably the thickest rough, especially to an elevated green. You got to hit the fairway. So I just tried to make the same swing as I made on 16, 17, hit the fairway.
Well, you made two good passes at it there. Was there any doubt on the putt? Did you feel good about the read?
Felt really good. I've putted a lot to this hole and to that hole. I've played a lot out here, and I told Channing that. Just had to put a good stroke on it.
Well, you probably know this golf course better than most anybody in the field, and that certainly came in play on that last putt. But certainly great for all the fans here to watch a local favorite.
Yeah. Thank you to them. Thank you to Independence. The golf course was great. Like you said, thank you VSGA, MAPCA, and friends and family.
Okay. Well, thanks very much for your time. Congratulations. Well-deserved, a terrific win for Nick Tolliver, and continued success this summer.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks again, everybody. We appreciate you coming out. Lane, will send it back to you.
Thank you, Robert. Nick Tolliver with a one-stroke victory here in the 2022 State Open of Virginia by 1 over Evan Beck. With a win and a runner-up in the last 2 years, Alex Price, Chris O'Neill, and Mark Lawrence tied for third, some 5 shots back. Tolliver built himself a 4-shot lead at one point in this last round. But then, as you just heard Robert talk about, a double bogey and a triple bogey on the back 9. Tighten this championship up to where he just needed one final birdie putt on 18 to bring it home. So for Chip Tarkenton, Sean Robertson, Robert Wren, and our entire broadcast crew here at Independence, I'm Lane Casanante. We want to thank you for watching the 2022 State Open of Virginia. And again, congratulations to the champ, Nick Tolliver. So long, everyone.
Thanks for watching the State Open of Virginia, presented by CapTech. The State Open of Virginia is brought to you by Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
If you're a golfer, the Virginia State Golf Association wants you. For less than the cost of a dozen balls, membership includes a handicap index to track your progress, compete and participate in events, but membership is about more than a number. There's also the Virginia Golfer magazine, access to great courses, and most importantly, being part of a community of players who share a passion for the game. Membership is available to golfers of all ages and abilities, and sign up is quick and easy. Available 24/7. Visit vsga.org to see which option is right for you. That's vsga.org. Join us.
Meal for two? We've got you. At Burger King with the 2 for $10 meal deal, you get 2 sandwiches plus 2 fries and 2 drinks for just $10. One meal for you, another one for, well, you decide. The 2 for $10 meal deal, only at Burger King.
Relax and get away with the new hot tub or swim spa from Aqua Living. Hot tubs starting at only $24.99. Check out the revolutionary Tough Top cover with a lifetime warranty. Swim spas that heat or chill the water. Bad credit, no problem. For more information, go to shophottubs.com.
What is a dentist?
A dentist is someone who brushes their teeth. It's a guy that keeps your teeth nice and healthy.
How many teeth do you have?
Probably 24. I don't know.
What is an orthodontist?
An orthodontist is they do braces and stuff like that.
That's right. We do stuff like that and so much more at
Wren Pediatric Dentistry Orthodontist.
There's also an undercount of Omicron cases because many who home test do not self-report.
There's over 100,000 cases on average being reported. We're probably detecting 1 in 10 infections right now, so it's probably more like 1 million.
Health experts continue to urge Americans to get vaccinated